Hi Libra, this is Jess with your July 2016 reading. I hope you guys are enjoying your July so far. Let's get into your reading. So, for some of my Libras, I see that some of you are taking a break. Yeah, a well needed break because a lot of you, I see that you were definitely pushing the pedal to the metal. You guys were like the creme de la creme for 2016. And some of you are now saying, hey, I need to take a break, or at least for the past a month or so. Maybe some of you have decided to take a break. I see that. I'm sorry, guys. I've almost just, my mind went blank just for a second. I see that some of you actually could have gotten sick because of overworking yourselves or overstressing yourselves. So some of you are really, if you're not nursing your health, you're taking a mental break, and you're stepping back. Now I see that there is some of my Leos are feeling very much like a boss. You're feeling in control. You feel like you can't do any wrong. But the challenge is that I don't feel like some of you are really using your intuition. You're not necessarily taking advice that was given to you, or you're not using your intuition to help you along. Some of you in the workplace are have dealt with someone that had an outburst. Okay, someone could have had an outburst and just went off on you, or people in your department or where you work at. You could have dealt with a very emotional, overly emotional client, someone that was just absolutely acting out of sorts. And I feel like for some of you, it could have been destabilizing. You're trying to now find yourself in a place where you can get things back on track, trying to balance out this, your feelings, how you feel about the situation, the atmosphere, what's going on. I feel like some others of you are ready to take a risk. Okay, you're wanting to take a risk. You're wanting to step out and do something new, add something to the your career aspect or your own business portfolio. Probably you want to start a different area of business. Probably you want to start get a additional job, excuse me. So you want an additional job to the one that you have now. I feel like trying to bring on something right now, deep down inside, if you guys take time out to stop being in this mindset of like, I can conquer everything, I'll do it, I'll be able to do it. Realistically speaking, focus on your gut instinct, because you guys at this point I feel is really ignoring your gut instinct, and you're just really ready to take this risk. I feel like taking on too much is definitely going to overwhelm my Libras, and it's going to, for some of you, make you drop the ball. I feel like for those of you who are having two different aspects of your life be pretty much taking up your life, you're doing a good job at keeping that balance as much as possible. If it's home life and work life, if it's two jobs that you're working, if it's school and work, whatever two things that you guys are dealing with now, I feel like you're doing the best that you can to balance those things out, and you're keeping control over it. For you to try to rush out and feel like, what, I can do a third thing, it's just going to be suicidal for you guys. It's not going to pan well. I feel like logically speaking, emotionally, it's kind of like head and heart that's confusing you right now, some of my Libras. So you're dealing with this head and heart dichotomy that you really need to be balancing. As you can see with that Two of Pentacles, it just doesn't denote to some of you having money issues and trying to prioritize yourself, which I feel like money, you are prioritizing yourself quite well. It's funny that I even see a Two of Pentacles, because I don't necessarily think that this is money woes or problems, as it were, for the majority of my Libras, because most of you guys have had stellar cards come out in previous weeks for your money. I feel like this is more speaking to your everyday life environment and how you're prioritizing that for yourself. Because there's some issues on the emotional front for you guys, I feel that you're not necessarily making sound decisions for yourself on a logical aspect. So again, it is urged for you to be still for a minute, calm yourselves, and go with your gut instinct. Get in tune with your intuition, and not just always want to make a decision based on what your mind is telling you to do, but actually still yourself enough to feel what it is that you should do. Okay. Your feelings again could be a bit confusing. It seems like it's all over the place. Some of you have spread yourselves thin, and so therefore there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of positions that you can be involved in. But as you see, not all the cups are opportunities that you would want to have. So again, until you take the time to settle yourself. And I feel like that's the problem. You guys are not necessarily taking that time. When you guys did rest, that Four of Swords that's in your past, I feel like you just physically rested. I don't think that you took the time to meditate, to really get one with yourselves. That's what you need to do in this July. And as time goes on, I want to mention for my Libras that are saying that this doesn't resonate with you, one, go to your other signs that's not Libra, that is related to your moon, rising, or sun. And for others of you, understand that you're not necessarily going to be in this energy. You could be 2 months behind. You could have already went through this energy. So it all just depends. But I feel that the reality is that you guys are getting over a disappointment, a heartache, a separation of sorts. Some of you could have lost your job, and literally it was something like you had a fallout at your job with a disgruntled or emotional employer, and they may have found you to be quite threatening. They may have found that you was you had so much control. You had control over the environment, and that threatened them to some extent. And then they kind of went off on you. And against your own better gut instinct, I feel that you guys possibly put yourself in a situation where you've taken on too much. A situation did not necessarily go your way. Some of you could have lost your job. You could have had to separate from your job. Some of you could be on suspension for some of you. Others of you, I feel like this has nothing to do with work, and it is just your heart that's actually broken. And now it's really hard for you to make logical decisions, and it's spilling over to your everyday life. And that includes the work sphere, your career aspect. There is a serious heartache and a loss, and I feel that it's serious. I don't usually amplify the Three of Swords if it's not necessary. Sometimes I feel like that card gets a little too much importance. But in this element, in this circumstance, I think it's a very pivotal that you guys are definitely dealing with an absolute heartbreak. And I see here that something will be coming back around. So again, guys, and it's kind of, I have to read it the way that it's coming to me, okay? Because what I'm getting from this, my message to you guys is that your work life, for those of you, I feel like your love life, your personal life is affecting your work life. Okay. And I feel like this person from your past. Okay. So again, going back, for those of you that have lost an opportunity, lost a job, lost a situation, something from the past is going to come back. Okay. So if you're feeling like, oh my goodness, this person, they fired me, I lost my job, now, what am I going to do? I knew better. Something told me, but I didn't listen to it, and now I've lost my job. What am I going to do? Now I'm confused. Where do I go? And now you're distraught. Know that there's something in your past that can come back, or at least there's an opportunity for you to go back to a past job, past clients. If you have your own client-based business, there is something from the past that you can kind of reach back to, and you can reunite with something or someone from your past as it relates to working career. Even if there was an aspect about work that maybe you applied for some jobs that you never heard back from, because again, Mars was retrograde. And so with that, there was a lot of setbacks, and so some of you are going to be getting some calls and being able to kind of take things forward with a past opportunity. Okay, now some of you are sitting here feeling like, what, I'm hoping for things to just get better. I'm hoping that we don't have to kind of like fight, especially if you're having issues at the job and someone just out of the blue did something crazy or just went off on you. For some of you, you could have been the over emotional one because you just are trying to do too much, and now you just went off on someone, okay, against your better judgment or against your gut instinct. You went off on this person, and now you're hoping that this person doesn't leave. You're hoping that you guys can smooth things out. You're hoping that you can get over the situation. There will be clarity. For those of you that's coming in this month confused, and you're like, yes, just it's me, I am confused. You will get clarity. You will. You will get clarity. I feel like you're going to make a decision. Okay. Some of you are going to get clarity, get a breakthrough, but have lack of planning. So when you get a breakthrough, you get some type of clarity, write it down. Okay. Write things down, start to make your plan and be very detailed about it, because you're going to start realizing that, hey, once again, like I've been reading for all of the weeks prior for Libra, you're going to get back to that. I am the star. I am, the manifesto, if you will, because I'm reading from cards that fell out. So you guys are going to be okay. I feel like you guys are just not focusing, or some of you are overtly focusing on a particular person, okay, where it's throwing you off completely, okay? And if you continue to do that, you're not going to have these victories and successes that's necessary to you. Some of you actually are going to totally throw yourself off and be back to square one. So don't do that, guys. Definitely, I would say the advice is, if there's any drama, any issues, leave people that don't mind you any good. Leave people that will keep your mind hung up where you can't focus on the things that you need to focus on. Leave those people alone. Allow yourself to get through the hurt, the pain, the despair, the heartache. Okay. Allow yourself to get through it. Leave that person alone. Even if the person comes back, they're available for you to go back to. Do not allow yourself to go back there. That would be the advice from me. Do not go back, because again, I feel in doing that is going to delay your successes in other areas in your life. That being said, let's get into your love reading. So now, some of you have taken a break from someone, trying to process this situation, trying to get down to the bottom of the situation. I feel like this person had a control over you guys. And you, against your own better judgment and your gut instinct and your own intuition, you allowed it. Okay? You allowed it. You allowed this person to have a hold over you. Okay? I'm not necessarily going to focus on signs, guys, because again, I'm seeing just about every element, not only every element you can see, but there's some wands cards that has fallen out. So this applies to every element as it relates, so long as the story relates to you. I feel that some of you are thinking about this person probably when who they first presented themselves to be, someone that was very much available to you emotionally, willing to, give of himself or give of herself wholeheartedly. Some of my Libra men, you're wanting to be that for this person. You're wanting to be everything that they want you to be, and you just want another opportunity so that you can give them all that they want. Okay. Some of you are talking to perhaps a water sign that's making you believe that, but that is just going to be a temporary situation. Okay. And really they're juggling someone else. Okay. There's this juggling. That's the reality that you're not aware of, that they're juggling someone else. There's someone else, and you're going to be put in the mix with all of this nonsense. Okay. Others of you, I feel like you're just ridiculously can't stop thinking about someone that has touched your heart really, to a strong extent. You can't stop thinking about this person. And the reality is that this whole situation is confusing you. You're just absolutely confused. You don't know which way to turn, and I feel your heart is aching. Okay. You're confused mentally because your heart is aching. And so you can't get down to the bottom of a situation. And that's the problem with an air sign. When an air sign is unable to get answers, get results, come to a conclusion so they can then make a decision and get results, they're stuck. So until you follow those processes that you need to follow, you're going to be stuck for quite some time, because you have to do the work. It's almost as if the same message I was saying to Aries, that they have to do the work. And it's funny that you guys are opposing signs and they're taking on more of your energy also. But the work needs to be done, guys. I say go through the process and heal yourself the old fashioned way. This person could definitely be wanting to come back to you. I feel if you try to go back to the person, they'll be open to it. There will be a reunion of sorts. I feel like both of you are thinking about the better times. Both of you are probably missing each other. You're wanting to put your sword down and then put theirs down and just come to a truce and get things back on track. There will be some type of breakthrough. I feel like ultimately some of you will cut this person off. You'll get total clarity. You won't necessarily see this person as this over romantic, oh, he's just this, oh, he was so perfect, but you'll see him as a lion manipulating, two-timing cheat that he was. Okay. My Libra men, you'll realize that, you know what, this person, I can't be this for that person because really they hurt me. And so if they come in my life, I don't know how much I'm going to want. Like, at first, it'll be just for them to come in my life. It'll be just for me to say, okay, I got you back. It's almost like to get even. It's not really because you truly feel like you love this person to that extent. Okay. So I see that you guys are going to get your breakthroughs. You're going to get clarity on the situation. And I feel like you're going to dump the situation, especially if it's a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I feel like you're going to decide that, you know what, I'm not going to go down this road with this person. That's some of you. Because I do have two separate cards that's falling out. So that's some of you that you're going to say, you know what, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not going to move forward with this fire sign because, you know what, so many great things are happening to me that I'm taking off. I'm taking off. Others of you, I feel that you really are not necessarily wanting to work things out with this fire sign. A fire sign that possibly have tried to come back to you and wanting to start something new, but you know it's all sexual. You know that this person isn't wanting to come back because they want sex. Okay? We're grown. We're all grown, 18 and over, guys. The person wants sex. There's no love coming from this person. That Six of Cups, that just shows that you guys have, you know, at one time you had like a soulmate connection. You've known this person for a very long time, or it feels like you do. Single Libras, I feel that you guys are juggling two people. Some of you are not using your better judgment, I feel, and your intuition to kind of be honest. You're just doing your thing. Some of you are lying and deceiving people left and right. Let's be honest. Some of you are. I feel like there's just so many people to pick from. It's like, who do I pick? So some of you are just having fun. Like, I just tell this person what they want to hear. Yeah, I just tell that person what they want to hear. Some of you are actually being told what you want to hear from others. Be careful with that, okay? Just because there's a lot out there doesn't mean that they all are good. As you can see, some of them are going to be really bad, okay? And if you keep it up, someone might hurt you. And I feel like the reason that you're open season to attract these cheaters, deceivers, is because you've just had left someone that cheated and deceived you. And so now, you know, you're still, because you haven't worked on yourself. There's that word again. There's that phrase again, working on yourself, because you haven't worked on yourself, right? Then what do you have here? You still have that energy that you're holding, and then you're attracting that energy. Yeah, so you're still attracting those same people that is like the last one that you dumped or taking a break from, whichever one. Okay. And so I see that some of you have taken a temporary separation from someone that you will be trying to go back to. These, again, focusing on my single Libras. Okay. And once again, if this is someone that you're going back to, you already know the story, how that's going to work out. If this is someone that you've met new out of all of these suitors, maybe 7, maybe more, maybe less, okay, there may be one that you have a really great connection with. You almost feel like, I've known this person before. He reminds me, right, of that old person. He reminds you of him. He reminds you of him, okay? And eventually you're going to get a breakthrough. But either way, guys, I feel like you're just going to go through what you need to go through on an emotional level. Know that you're going to be off mentally. Just keep that in mind. Do the work. Let yourself go through what you need to go through heart level so you can get your head right. Okay? Go through it. Don't try to turn it into something else. Don't try to justify it. Don't try to make it what it isn't. Accept it for what it is, because eventually you're going to have to. But that Ace of Swords is going to make you do that. Okay. That is what I have for my Libras for this month. I hope that you guys enjoy your month, but you know what to do. Thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe, because I will be back next week with another one. Take care, guys.